Welcome to a brief tour of the InsightFinder AI Observability platform. We'll start with LLM Labs. LLM Labs has a quick start that allows you to evaluate the performance of several models. To use it, start a session, give it a name, choose a model, select a version, and then confirm. Once the session is created, you can compare the performance of different models. You can do that by uploading prompt templates to create a prompt library to choose from. Optionally, you can enter single ad hoc prompts into a chat bar, but for this tour, we'll use a prompt pack from our library. Select models and click Compare. That comparison sends each prompt in your library to the underlying models you've selected. Then it provides an evaluation summary. It tells you which prompts have passed or failed, and if they've failed, the reasons behind those failures. Next, we'll show models and monitors. In the Models tab, you'll find a list of models that have been ingested or created by the platform. Let's look at our model named Fraud Guard. Each model can have distinct monitors that are associated. For Fraud Guard, we have monitors for data quality, model bias, and model drift. We can edit the model to view its configuration parameters. Fraud Guard is a custom-built LLM for fraud detection. In this view, you can edit configuration parameters like name, description, type, in this case, the model is classification, version, and environment. You can also set data sources. Here, the data is being fed from two distinct logs. If this model was running locally, you'd also see information about its underlying infrastructure here. You can inspect attribution for your models. In this example, we see various recent changes have been made, necessitating different versioning. We see this particular model has 3 associated data sources. You can see the various ways we're monitoring for anomalies, and you can also see the model's data schema. In the Monitors tab, you'll get a better idea of how we identify anomalies. Monitors are different use case encapsulations that perform certain health checks against your models. These could be LLM-specific or ML-specific monitors. To see how they work, let's add a monitor for each. We'll start with LLM monitors. Enter a monitor name, then select the model to which this monitor is associated, and select a data source that this monitor will inspect. In this example, we'll be looking at OpenTelemetry data emitted by our selected LLM. Next, pick the monitor type. LLM monitors are generally concerned with data quality and accuracy, or performance and response times, or trust and safety. In other words, these monitors flag hallucinations, bias, toxicity, malicious prompts, and so forth. Here, we'll evaluate LLM performance based on anomalies that we detect from your distributed tracing data. But you can also see a quick summary of what some of these other monitors would do. Select which checks you want to enable. If any of the enabled checks fail, the monitor will surface the failure reasons along with the exact prompt used. It's worth noting that the trust and safety monitors we're looking at here are also the monitors used during evaluation in the LLM Labs feature. You get consistency between development and production. The LLM Evaluations tab gives you insights on evaluation outputs. You can filter by various fields. Here, we're looking only at failed evaluations. When failures are detected in your evaluations, we not only surface them, but we also show you any prompts similar to the one that just failed. That way, you can quickly determine if impact is widespread. Dashboards are used to provide insight about your models. You'll see top-line model usage and consumption with breakdowns by model. Of particular interest for LLMs are things like token counts, breakdowns of tokens by day, and if your model has any associated infrastructure, you'd see information about its performance here. Dashboards can be customized by date range, model health, performance, evaluations, anomalies, response times, and breakdowns of each. In this view, we can see failures sorted by category along with a detailed breakdown. These are out-of-the-box dashboards, but of course, you can customize your own. Next, let's look at how we handle machine learning models. ML monitors tend to center around data quality issues like drift. You can see which fields in your schema are being evaluated for drift, the feature type, any groupings you want to perform, reference models, or specific buckets you want to ensure have data associated. To see how these models are performing, the Workbench tab shows you closer views of real-time performance in production. In this example, the graph shows distribution comparisons and baselines. This monitor uses PSI, or Population Stability Index, to detect drift. This view groups data points by merchant, in this case, probably a merchant you've heard of. For this particular anomaly, we can see that the data shifted in an unexpected and pretty significant way. To investigate, you can use the UI to zoom in on any interesting part of the graph. The red dots above the graph indicate anomalies. Their presence means that drift has occurred. Simply hover over the one that you're interested in to activate the timeline view. The timeline view explains what went wrong in your model and also provides automatic resolution recommendations. It turns out this particular anomaly happened because we detected a large deviation from baseline performance. However, that deviation was only present momentarily before self-correcting. This is also known as a flapping issue. Additionally, the view provides concrete steps that responders can take to ensure that the flapping data integrity issue gets resolved. Just like with LLMs, there's a specific set of dashboards for ML models. By default, the ML dashboard shows views into model drift, model bias, and data quality, all of which are specific to the ML domain. But of course, these views can also be customized. That's a quick high-level view of the platform. To explore further or to try it for yourself, register for a free trial and let us know what you think.